2024. Peace as a path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this afternoon. Protesters storm Risiek, insisting local government actions must hold. Governor Fubara says police presence inconsequential during tomorrow's election. Borno announces cholera outbreak. On foreign scene, Iran's supreme leader defends strikes on Israel in rare public speech. I'm Ifechu Kumoyela with the news. Now, angry protesters this morning stormed the office of the River State Independent Electoral Commission, Risiek, singing and chanting, "Election must hold." The protesting youths say they were there to protect Risiek from any attempt to truncate the process. The protesters defied the heavy rainfall in and spread the they spread canopies while singing and drumming, with one side of the road blocked. The protest was after the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara said he stormed the Risiek office at 1 a.m. to stop the River State Police Command from taking over the premises. A statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Nelson Chukwudi, said the rogue policemen were said to have attempted to scale through the gate and strong room of the Risiek to cart away sensitive electoral materials meant for the conduct of tomorrow's local government election in the state. The statement said the plot was botched when some security officials alerted principal officers of the commission and relevant government authorities, who immediately informed the governor. According to the statement, the governor immediately led a team of government officials, lawmakers from the National Assembly and State House of Assembly, top political stakeholders, and other leaders of the Risiek office. To the Risiek office, Governor Fubara spoke to newsmen on this.
I don't know what the relationship between Inspector General of Police and one person who claims he has so much power in this state, because it's beginning to go beyond the normal professional relationship. I said the government wrote a letter with the judgment that we have to him, and what he's acting on is what he called the judgment from the Federal High Court. Even at that, if we should go by that, if the judgment in the Federal High Court, that justice that gave that fraudulent judgment, did he say no election? Rather, it technically said don't provide. We don't need your security. We will provide our own security. After all, it happened in Anambra. Go away with your security. But this election must hold.
Governor Fubara reminded the police that the Risiek office is his property and he has the right to be there at any point in time.
If I go back and I hear anybody, I will come here. This is my property, and you don't have any power whatsoever to bar me from entering it. Yes. Just try it. I think I've given you enough respect. Well, let me say it to all Rivers indigenes, everyone residing in Rivers State. Election will hold. Yes. Election will hold.
Yes.
Anything that wants to happen, let it happen.
All other states did, yes.
I don't understand. Everybody, just relax. Nothing is happening. We are ready. If we know that this is going to be the last fight, I will take it to the end.
Addressing a media conference later at the Government House in Port Harcourt today, Governor Fubara said he will notify President Bola Tinubu about the current situation in the state. Governor Fubara said this during a World Press Conference today.
We did a formal letter to the National Security Advisor, sending a copy of the judgment that should give protection for the election. A copy of that judgment was also sent to the Inspector General of Police, the DGDSS, and other security agencies. I feel strongly that when that information gets to the National Security Officer, the DGSS, the Inspector General of Police, it has also gotten to Mr. President. It is not issues like this that I'll bring to him. At that time, this particular situation has not gotten to this stage. But now that it has gotten to this extent, we will definitely get in touch with him.
Governor Fubara said the presence of policemen are not needed to achieve a successful election.
I don't think police is supposed to be part of the election process. What police will do is to protect life and property. Ensure that there is nobody that is going to come and cause fight or disrupt people's property. You don't need to be close to the polling unit or the voting center. So their presence does not matter to me. What is important is ensure that the life of the people of Rivers State are protected, their properties are protected. On the issue of the election, I don't think the withdrawal services is going to mar the process. Not at all.
The Ghana House President of security agencies will provide for tomorrow's local government election.
The security purposes in the state having issues with us. So if they are not providing, I strongly believe that some other agencies will provide security for the election. Any attempt by anyone to stop this election, we are prepared to make sure that we resist it. The election on Saturday is sacrosanct. We must join hands together to make sure that election holds. We will also make sure that after that election, the winners of the elections will be sworn in.
The governor also said the attempt by the police to invade RISIAC office this morning was aimed at stealing electoral materials.
I got a signal withdrawing with police officers that were guiding the premises. So I had to drive to the place myself. Getting to the scene, I met the presence of some fierce-looking policemen in one truck and 3 other empty vans trying to force their way into the premises. And I had to stop them. In the course of that process, we discovered that movement was a deliberate attempt by the Nigerian police force to steal the electoral materials. But by the special grace of God, that act was foiled.
Now, earlier, the Rivers State Police Command said it will not take part in the local government area's election slated for tomorrow in the light of recent court rulings. Public Relations Officer of the command, Grace Iringekoko, in a statement said following the restraint order from a federal high court, Abuja, on the 19th of July 2024, preventing the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies from providing security during the local government election, the command will not participate in the exercise. According to the statement, also on the 30th of September 2024, the Federal High Court in Abuja delivered a judgment that again prohibited the Nigeria Police Force and other security agencies from participating in the local government election. She said the Nigeria Police Force has been advised by the Force Legal Department that the ruling from the Federal High Court on September 30th, 2024 takes precedence. Meanwhile, the Rivers State PDP chairman Aaron Chukwuemeka says due process has not been followed to conduct the local government elections in the state and that it should not be held. Speaking on Nigerian 4FM's Morning Crossfire today, Mr. Chukwuemeka also gave reasons why the party took the decision not to participate in the forthcoming elections.
A judgment was delivered. In that judgment, they restrained INEC from giving the voters register to RISEC. They also restrained RISEC from conducting the election, then restrained security agencies from partaking from that election. We as a party, we said we must comply to the court order as people that believe in rule of law. Since after the judgment was delivered, we said we can't be here and then these things are going on. We must let the public know our stand as a party that we will not be party to that purported local government election.
Mr. Chukwuemeka also said the voters' registers across the 23 local government areas have not been displayed in line with the law.
Won't they do accreditation before voting? You need to follow a leader. This voters register by the law supposed to have been displayed 3 days to the election. As I speak to you now, in all the units, in all the wards, in the local government, there's nothing like voters register displayed. And the purpose of that register is to know those. If you go to that area and check whether you are eligible to vote, your name, everything about it, if it is not there, you have the right to go and do another registration. These things were not done. They were not followed. Then what are they using for the election? Is it not the register, voters register they will use for the election?
As you may know, yesterday the PDP chairman and some members of the party stormed the office of the Department of State Services and the Police Command headquarters in Port Harcourt to demonstrate their concerns against tomorrow's local government elections in the state. Now, a peace advocate and coordinator of Rivers Peace Initiative, Obinna Ebogidi, is appealing to Governor Fubara and the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike to put the interests of the people above their personal interests to ensure elections are conducted. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Obioroware, Mr. Ebogidi explained the consequences if the elections were not held this weekend.
The Supreme Court's directive for local government autonomy highlights an urgent reality. If we do not have democratically elected local council chairmen in this October, Rivers State will lose access to essential local government funds. This is not merely a political concern. It is a matter of survival for the ordinary citizens of Rivers State. Salaries for council workers, crucial services for our communities, and the local economy, which thrives at the grassroots level, all depend on timely elections and effective governance. Regrettably, political infighting has overshadowed the pressing needs of our people.
However, a conflict manager at Partners for Peace in the Niger Delta, Prince Will Sobebo, says there are signs that this Saturday's election will be violent.
We have general political tension in the state, but with respect to this local government election, we have not seen anything that will raise that level of alarm. However, there can be last-minute changes. In fact, there may be last-minute preparation to either stop the election or to make it go violent. That's the reason I'm saying law enforcement agencies should be professional, and if they are professional, they know exactly what to do and how to handle such situations. However, it's politics and things can happen at any time. Last minute, people will take decisions and decide to go violent.
Still to come, Borno announces cholera outbreak. Stay with us.
The staff members of Shield Properties and McMay Security Limited joyfully felicitate with
Came by controversial social media user Martin Ose, also known as Very Dark Man, as infantile radicalism. Mr. Ose had shared a voice note in which crossdresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, claimed to have given some officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) 15 million naira to drop money laundering charges against him. In the voice note, the crossdresser claimed that Mr. Falana sought a presidential pardon for him in exchange for 10 million naira. However, the lawyer has labeled the claims in the voice note untrue and insisted on an apology from Very Dark Man. In another development, the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the National Emergency Management Agency, Lagos Territorial Office, have repatriated a total of 180 Nigerians stranded in Libya. A statement by NEMA said the group arrived at Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos on Wednesday. The returnees included 67 adult females, 55 adult males, 24 female children, 18 male children, and 16 infants. In other news, the Borno State Ministry of Health has declared a cholera outbreak in the state. The Commissioner for Health and Human Services, Baba Gana, while declaring the outbreak at the Eye Center in Maiduguri, said out of the 200 samples sent for testing, 17 returned positive. Professor Ghana said the outbreak is as a result of recent flood disaster that ravaged parts of the state. And now to business. The National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, says the rising cost of maintaining a healthy diet has put a strain on many Nigerians, as the average daily cost of a healthy diet in the country reached 1,255 naira per adult in August. The NBS, in a report released on Thursday, said the increase represented a 28% rise compared to 982 naira in March. The Bureau arrived at this figure after collecting retail food prices monthly from over 10,000 outlets nationwide to monitor inflation trends, including the prices of more than 200 food items. It said animal source foods were the most expensive food group in August. At the state level, costs varied with Ogun, Lagos, and Rivers State recording the highest average daily cost of 1,641 naira, 1,615 naira, and 1,572 naira, respectively. In entertainment, American rapper DDG has announced that he and singer-actress Halle Bailey have gone their separate ways. It comes 10 months after they welcomed their son, Halo. In sports, Paris Saint-Germain are leading the race to sign Egypt forward Mohamed Salah and will look to attempt the 32-year-old, whose Liverpool contract expires at the end of the season with a 3-year deal. Just in, the recent Commissioner for Public Affairs and Civic Education, Tamonotoye Prophet Tobins, says it is not true that the chairman of the commission, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli, has resigned. He described such reports as propaganda and fallacy.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
Iran's supreme leader has defended his country's missile attack on Israel earlier this week, describing it as a minimum punishment. Israeli strikes in Lebanon intensified overnight as the military told people in more than 30 villages in the south to immediately evacuate and head north. Officials tell newsmen that a key target of the overnight bombing was Hezbollah's next potential leader, Hashem Safiaddin. His condition is unknown. Israel's military says it killed Hezbollah communications commander Mohammed Rashid Skafi in strikes on Beirut yesterday. Hezbollah has not commented on this.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Protesters this morning stormed the RISIEC office in Port Harcourt, insisting local government elections must be held. Governor Fubara says police presence are inconsequential during tomorrow's election. RISIEC says it is not true that its chairman, retired Justice Adolphus Enebeli, has resigned as chairman of the commission. Borno State has announced a cholera outbreak. On the foreign scene, Iran's supreme leader has defended the strikes on Israel in a rare public speech. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyeli. Many thanks for listening.
In a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info.